scare you. It's going to be very loud. It's going to be a bright flash. The only reason I do this is so that you understand that we're not playing patty cakes here. What you see going on inside the cylinder is well shielded. It looks innocuous and it sounds very quiet. You think you're not messing with much. So I thought I'll go ahead and pop it off in the free air first so you know that there's something really going on. And once again, I point out that I'm running with one very small 4,000 microfarad capacitor here, and we can easily, by adjusting the frequency, adjusting the capacitance, we can go at least 18 times more in the power. So right now I'm going to pop this off. It's going to be very loud. It'll be a very bright flash. First thing we do is we establish a spark, which is the initiator for the plasma. And we apply the low voltage. Now we make that loud enough back at the shop, or we're running at full voltage where I've shattered glass with it. So it's very powerful and there's a lot of energy in that. So that's the, Daniel's going to go on with the show. We'll go ahead and connect up to do the internal test here. This chamber, what people have seen out in front all week, I've been running on air. Air has some good qualities because it's cheap, but it also, for some reason, runs very hot. You have a lot of contamination that ruins your electrodes. And for some reason, with the inert gases, I'm not a physicist, Daniel can probably explain it. Running with the inert gases, we get a tremendous amount of waste electricity that we can recapture. And that happens on the plasma collapse. In the single cylinder, you can see it, this is a timed rotary operation, so it happens all the time. But in the single cylinder, and he didn't explain it well, when you fire it, when that plasma collapses, there's a burst of electricity that comes flying out and drives this little motor. And all this motor is it's connected to a capacitor that gathers into charge, and the motor keeps it discharged. So while I'm changing this over, Daniel, I think I got everybody's attention that this isn't a Playmobil here. There's a lot of power in this puppy.
All right, so one of the things is give you the very basics on that. Let's go to the slideshow. Bob's going to hook up what we're going to call a lightning chamber there. That's am I on now?
Oh, you watching me?
Well, yeah, they're watching you. You're more popular than I am.
I don't know about that.
All right.
By the way, in that varnish we rented, I think this will run as a turbine. My first thoughts was, well, that's a bunch of hooey. You can't work it. It's not the same thing. And then we accidentally got most everything right on the first one. And so I couldn't just walk away and throw up a hand. Sometimes it's nice when things don't work. You can just move on. But the darn first one moves, so we have to keep right on working on the second one. And then the third one.
All right, so am I back now?
By the way, last year I introduced Daniel as my crackpot physicist. Because we had Mike McCougar here, which was obviously a university-trained physicist. And pretty much Daniel is still a crackpot physicist.
Thank you, Bob. Thank you.
I try to help any way I can. On here, for the most part, is the timing. That's all the stuff that's in the box here. And the rest of it is just for show. Even though it's not an engine, it's necessary with any type of plasma like this to have a compressible piston in the chamber. The reason that you'd have to do that is because we don't use relays to cut the plasma. What you have to do in order to cut the plasma is to cause it to generate a lot of pressure inside the chamber immediately. And by upping the chamber according to Pasham's curves, we know that raises the ionization potential very high, which As the capacitor discharges, the voltage comes down, the ionization potential comes up, and the plasma dies, just like that. If you didn't build that pressure up in there, the pressure would stay low, the ionization potential would continue to drop, and you would just have a meltdown. So you always have to have a pressurizing piston in here. All we have down here is just a cast iron piston inside of the coil, and that's just to serve as a pressurizer. You'll see this jumping up and down about an inch or so. That's and it's just reacting to the pressure from the pulse. The other thing that you'll see as I fire it up here and bring the coil into plate is that the motor here will start spinning again. We get a very good recapture of electricity using the inert gases. I just fueled this up this morning, and I hope it's ready to go. One thing about firing with the inert gas is that you get a nice pretty plasma too, and it's very clean. Generally you don't have misfires. Misfires happen almost routinely with air. You get a lot of misfires because you get a lot of contamination on the tungsten electrodes. So one of the advantages, of course, of the inert gases is that this is I can't keep talking like this. But anyway, the inert gases, that's one of the purposes of it is to keep things clean, as well as this magical recovery of electricity. So I guess that's it.
All right.
We haven't tried this in Barney. We have used it in what'd you call the first one?
Alfred.
Huh?
Alfred. Alfred.
Alfred.
Yeah.
Okay. Call it A-bomb or something. We did try the inert gases in the first one. I haven't really had a chance to try it in this newest one. Actually, I thought the most significant thing at the show, and I wish I could have set it up for you today and have you come up and try it for yourself, is the fact that that plasma, that blast that you see coming out of that chamber is very little heat. You can put your hand within a quarter of an inch of the end of the discharge on that pipe. And it won't even burn you, barely get you warm. It's a fantastic situation when you consider plasma as well, about the temperature of the sun. If I remember right, I'm not a physicist again. Okay, I've had my say.
All right, you guys.
Oh, one other thing, I did bring this along. People always asking about the gases. This is a mixed gas. It's a penny mix of inert gases. And they're asking about the cost. Usually this chamber cost me $1,700. I know that sounds a lot, but this is 30 liters. And each charge of gas in the engine is 160 centimeters, or cubic centimeters, yeah. So I think if you figure that out, it comes out to be about $1 an engine charge. I mean, $5 an engine charge. There is a lot of material in one of these tanks. And in order to get the mix, I wanted to have to buy the full 30 liters of it. But it's called a penning mix, and the gas mixture is identical to what Pat claims in his patent. It's roughly 8% xenon, 12% krypton, 17% argon, 26% neon, and the balance is helium. Okay? And the other thing that's interesting to most people is they want to know how I feel it. We fuel it with a hypodermic. We use the hypodermic most of the time when we want a real accurate mix. Use the hypodermic and take the gases out of a direct gas tank rather than a mix. So we use a hypodermic to get the exact quantities that we want. Okay, Daniel, I just...
Yep. All right. Well, guys, one of the things I wanted to show you was the
Now, we make that loud enough back at the shop where we're running at full voltage where I have shattered glass with it. So it's very powerful and there's a lot of energy in that. So that's the, Daniel's going to go on with the show. We'll go ahead and connect up to do the internal test. It's going to scare you, it's going to be very loud, it's going to be a bright flash. The only reason I do this is so that you understand that we're not playing patty cakes here. What you see going on inside the cylinders is well shielded. It looks innocuous and it sounds very quiet and you think you're not messing with much. So I thought I'll go ahead and pop it off into free air first so you know that there's something really going on. And once again, I'll point out that I'm running with one very small 4,000 microfarad capacitor here. And we can easily, by adjusting the frequency, adjusting the capacitance, we can go at least 18 times more in the power. So right now I'm going to pop this off. It's going to be very loud. It'll be a very bright flash. First thing we do is we establish a spark, which is the initiator for the clapping. And we apply a low voltage